All right, here we go. We've got Edina and Andover, two powerhouse programs from Osseo Arena East in the semifinals, the Cabin Fever Classic. Winner goes on to play the winner of Maple Grove and Prior Lake. Maple Grove up in that game early 1-0. Rink just to our south. That's an early shot from Morgan that just goes wide. Sauter now trying to chase it down with Fitzgerald on the far boards, trying to keep it deep. Sauter now collecting in the corner. Centering pass. That's going to reach Tegan Olson. Tegan Olson for Andover playing center today, so that'll be something to watch. She usually plays defense, and she's one of the more explosive players Andover has. So talking to her mom before the game today, and she kind of rolled her eyes, and they said, "We got Tegan at center." I said, "Well, I don't know if that's going to be good for us, but we'll have to make sure that we're aware of where she is." And you know, Andover's got a lot of good skaters, as does Edina, so it's not that they're an average program with one really good player. We'll have, I believe, an early call as Ella Sauter looks to draw the first penalty. She's taken over for Bryn Heinmiller. Bryn Heinmiller, our penalty drawing specialist, is saying, "Ella, why don't you take that role today?" And so we'll have a power play with 14:10 on the clock left to go here in the first period. $1.30 on the power play as Fitzgerald now shoves that into the corner. Morgan chasing. Fitzgerald now trying to collect to set it up. Back to shoot. Shoot looking. Shot. That's rebounded to the corner. See if we can set it up. Get some traffic. I like those shots, but we got to have traffic. Here we go. Got a little setup going. That's a nice shot and a rebound, and Fitzgerald wipes that to the corner. Good sequence there as Edina was moving the box from left to right, and we got a hard shot on the ice with a juicy rebound. Shoot now. Another shot, and got some fighting in front of the net. Carter was trying to take the eyes away, and Andover will take an icing, probably get some fresh legs on the ice. Oh, and that's going to be waved off for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't touched.
Go.
Shoot now into the zone. Down to Fitzgerald. Back to Morgan. Morgan over to shoot. Pass Sauter. Back to Morgan. Morgan now has some ice to operate. Morgan now, little dangle. Over to Carter. Shot. Rebound. And that's going to be covered up. I mean, as far as power plays go, that was very well executed. They stayed patient. Got it to Carter right in the low slot. And the goaltender was up to the challenge early. 25 seconds left on the power play. Sweetser Nelson in now along with Hoffman, Heinen, and Heinmiller. So we've got our speed unit on the ice. And we've got some girls that can hammer it back from the point. Nelson back to play. Nelson now turning. Pass Hoffman. Andover shoving it deep, and Andover's coming after it hard. Nelson throws it over to Heinen. Heinen collects. She's bumped off the puck. Andover takes it away. Heinmiller comes over to help out. Nice save early by Wheaton as she escorts that to the corner. Andover trying to hold. Heinen trying to put some pressure up near the point. Nelson now back behind Wheaton. Has to shove it up the boards. Andover's got a couple girls that are going to put a lot of pressure on the puck as we grab it behind the net. And it'll be interesting to see how our D handles that pressure. And the puck's able to get out by a foot, and it didn't get back in, so that would have been unfortunate if Heinmiller was able to collect that and get off to the races. I think the officials anticipated that puck getting back into the zone, but it never did. But nonetheless, we'll have a face-off outside of Edina's zone. Pressure both ways early. Edina having a little bit more of the pressure as they had a girl advantage. Sweetser now trying to shove it up the boards. That's collected by Andover's D. Fumbles it a bit. Forster trying to poke it loose. McGarvey now. McGarvey trying to take advantage of a fallen Husky. Gets it over to Carter. Carter's going to dump and chase. That's collected by Andover. Williamson with the hold. Shoves it back on the near boards into the corner. McGarvey chasing. McGarvey gives a whack at it. Forster now coming over to help out. McGarvey still chasing. 2 on the puck for each. Forster comes away with it momentarily. Trying to poke it towards the slot. And Andover able to get it up the far boards past Helfrich, and that's going to go all the way down, and this time it will be called, and we'll have an icing down in Andover zone with 11:21 remaining.
We have some folks from Andover that are listening.
We have some folks from Andover listening? Oh, wow. That's.
Come over and ask for the link.
Oh, wow. That's. Give them my Venmo. All right. We got a face-off now back behind the Huskies goaltender. Sauter now controlling in the corner, looking back to Nelson. Nelson has to dump it back in the vicinity of Sauter. Nice skate save by Andover there. Otherwise, that puck was going to get deep. Fitzgerald now wheeling, trying to create some ice up to Sauter. Sauter now looking for Morgan, not there. Has to enter herself and dump it in the corner. Andover now back behind their netminder, wipes it up the near boards, intercepted by Fitzgerald, thrown to the slot and just on the reach of Sauter. Shot, blocker save, loose back behind the net. Scrum now, Andover able to come away with it. Andover trying to desperately get it out. Deep pinch by Schutt, backhands that into the corner. Now Morgan chasing again. Andover has numbers back behind their goaltender, so they'll have a little bit of ice to operate. Nice hold by Nelson, and she shoves it back into the corner, and that's not a poke check, ladies and gentlemen. We had that conversation last night. Get strong on the puck. No poke check holds today. That's our goal. For number 5 in the green, number 1 in your hearts. Heinmiller now. Heinmiller going north. Throws it in. Heinmiller avoids a check. Hoffman takes a stab at it. Heinen now collecting, trying to control the puck, and the referee takes a fall. Clean up on aisle 3. It's an endangered species here, the zebras at Osseo East.
He lost an edge.
He did lose an edge. He did that. You better check that Sparks machine. So we got Williamson Sweetser back at the point. Williamson trying to hold it, Andover trying to come away with it. They'll have a 2-on-1 until Sweetser gets a stick in there and pokes it to neutral ice for Heinmiller to grab. Heinmiller centering pass. Hoffman banging her stick, begging for the puck. Puck goes through the paint. Williamson on a deep pinch on a shot now back into the corner. Heinen now trying to chase down Andover. Sweetser tries to step up, does, backhands into the corner. Edina will get some fresh skaters. One of those skaters being Tori Forster, another one being KK McGarvey. Ellison Schutt also onto the ice. Andover trying to get it out. They fumble it a bit. McGarvey whacks that to the far boards. Andover now controlling. Cross ice pass. Schutt should be able to get there. Nice play by Schutt. She shoves it back the other way. Sweetser off. Helfrich on. Andover now finally getting out of their own zone. They've got a little bit of momentum. Fumbled it in the skates. Schutt identifies that and says, if you're going to play with it, I'll step up and whack it back the other way. McGarvey taking a couple whacks at it, trying to keep it in the zone. Forster now chasing far boards. Nice hold by Helfrich. Hits a traffic. About 7 bodies over there. Puck spits to Carter. Just had a conversation with Carter's dad. I said, you know what? She is really stepping up her game. She's taking it to the next level. It says, you know, when I have that puck, it's not just a dump, but I'm going to try to do something with it. And that goes back behind and hits the end board. The Andover trying to get up the near board. So good opportunities here early for Edina. Not anything grade A, but a lot of pressure. And it's a different start to the game than we had at Scrimmage Fest when Andover came out and hit us in the mouth through our mouth guard in the third row and beat us 6-0. Nice play by Schutt. Position well, and she's going to have to fend off a forecheck and taken away. Andover now back behind the net. I mean, those girls were flying. I'd like to get the number on that Andover girl because I got a buddy on the Olympic committee. She was flying after Schutt and created that turnover. Sauter, Morgan, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now. Drops it for Morgan. Morgan trying to control, looking back to the point, but they were getting off on a change. Sweetser now steps in. Shot. That hits a shin pad and ricochets into the far corner. Andover trying to get it up near the point. Fitzgerald, tight turn, gets it near the slot. Couple whacks at it. Shot, safe, rebound, and we've got a little bit of scrum, and parents want a penalty, but I don't think that needs to be called. It was just a little tiny push. Just a little baby stiff arm. If you ever saw that Marshawn Lynch interview, he went on for this incredible run, and he said right there, I just gave him a little baby stiff arm. And that goes down the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing and another face-off. We'll do it again with 7:20 remaining here in the first period. Hey, good job. We have Heinen on the draw. Heinmiller to her right, Hoffman to her left. Heinen, nice job there winning that face-off. Heinmiller now trying to get it deep. Andover comes away with it. They'll have a 2-on-2. Got it now! And it's a good save by Wheaton. Good job by Nelson to close. Forced her off the puck. Wheaton does what she needs to do and up to the challenge early today with 7:07. Saves are so important, right? I mean, it wasn't the hardest shot, but she saw it all the way, and then we got a goal. Saw it the whole way, and covered it up, and then Andover wins the face-off, walks in, nobody steps up, and it was picking a corner. So not a goalie or a wooden goalie going to save that shot. And as goal scorer's goal, that was exactly how you want to do it. It was quick off the blade into the corner. And Andover throws the first haymaker. Got Tegan Olsen with the assist. See, I told you. McGarvey now with an opportunity. McGarvey one to beat. Force wide taken down, and if the referee wasn't going to call it, the boisterous from the Edina faithful was going to make sure that he remembered what just occurred, and that was McGarvey blocking the shot initially, blocking the zone dump, and there's not anybody going to catch her first three strides, and if you are going to catch her, you're going to have to take her down and head to the box, and that's what happens with 6:41 remaining. Second power play of the game, down one to answer. Shot goes wide. Carter now chasing into the corner. Fitzgerald now trying to control. Back to Morgan. Morgan trying to get it back to Shoot. Shoot can go back to Morgan. She does. Morgan now trying to get it over to Sauter, but that's deflected. Sauter has to wait for it. Tries to get it center. That's picked off by Andover, and they're going to come down and try to dump it, but that hits Sauter in the back, and she collects near neutral ice. Shoot now has some space. Shoot now. Wind and deliver, baby. Shot, and that just goes off the shoulder. Excellent play by Shooter. I mean, that was as well as you're going to orchestrate that. That just goes through the slot. And that's what's going to happen on a power play. I mean, that was the result of them only having four on the ice, and once Shoot got past one, there was a lot of open ice to be had. Fitzgerald fights in the corner, Andover trying to bump her off the puck. Morgan comes over to help her out. Morgan now dancing, has Sauter. Sauter winds, rebound, loose, and it's a goal, and it's a power play goal, an XL Energy power play for Edina Hornets, tying the game 1-1 with 5:16. And if Andover thought that it was going to be a shutout today, it's going to be a little bit of a different story. But hey, listen, it's a 1-1 hockey game. And we'll say where it started with KK McGarvey getting into the zone and drawing that penalty. And so you have to give credit. If there was an assist to be given, it was whoever shot that. Fitzgerald on the goal. Sauter on the assist, and we'll give a second assist to McGarvey. Sweetster has to wait and dumps it in, and will be offsides with the face-off outside the zone. Well, the power plays have looked moons different than the ones we had Friday night. I mean, we had a 5-on-3, 5-on-4. So they have been looking really well early. Hoffman up the boards, trying to get it out, hits traffic, has to dig at it. Tegan Olsen now centers it, backhand. Wheaton comes over and knocks that back behind the net. Nice stick by Wheaton, great stick. I mean, that puck was trying to get centered. She stuck that stick out there and escorted that out of trouble for Edina to get north with it. Andover looking for a dump and chase on Wheaton. Little kick save to the corner. Nelson now nobody to get it to. Has to try to get it up the boards. Slips through a few. Hoffman 2-on-1. Get there, Tori. I don't like that shot. Keep skating with it or get it across. But I do like that shot if we win the face-off and knock one home. So that could be the strategy, right? If you're tired, you need to get a change. That's a very heads-up play. Throw it on net, get a save, or maybe a rebound if the goalie's not up to the challenge, and get his own face-off, and here's where we're at right now. So we would have to give the assist like we did to McGarvey. If we were able to score off that face-off, we'd have to give that same assist to Reese. Andover looking back to the point, reaches, shot, nice block by McGarvey. And it's a 2-1 lead for Andover. Andover answers, was that within a minute? Close. This game has started off with some fireworks, couple penalties, 3 goals. Some good action both ways. Fitzgerald over to shoot, to Nelson, to Sauter. And that's exactly how you want to start that face-off. Centering pass. Fitzgerald just couldn't get enough on it. Shoot throws that back the other way. Andover intercepts. Andover now coming out of the zone. Nice play by Sauter. Andover having to regroup near neutral ice. D to D's not there. They decide to dump, and looks like we'll have an offsides as they were unable to get out. Huskies trying to get it deep. Nice play by Williamson. Heinen past Sweetser, looks her off, gets a seam and goes down, and no call there, and then no call on the Heinen, so tit for tat. Williamson trying to get it deep, does, brings all the way around to the far corner. Huskies able to get there. They have a second or two to make a decision what to do with it. They'll go back to the D behind the netminder, and that'll be escorted down the length of the ice. So we'll have an icing, one of the easier icing calls to make today with 2:23 remaining. Well, one thing's for certain, if we keep up the energy, we will have more opportunities. We'll have good opportunities. The goalie can be solved. Garvey on the face-off, loose at the dot, still loose. Garvey trying to get it back in the vicinity of shoot. Helfrich touches that back into the corner. Huskies will retrieve. Good battling with Carter McGarvey going on, with Carter able to come away with it. Carter winds, deflected, hits a D. Goaltender escorts that to the corner, able to be picked up by the other D. Puck loose in the zone. McGarvey now. Shot. That hits a defender right in the back. That same defender is able to pick up the loose puck and get it out of the zone. Nice play there. Nice play there by the Husky defender, taking matters in her own hand and getting that out of the zone and getting it deep enough for a change. And that's a heck of a play by Carter to flip it off the glass, as Edina needs to get some fresh skaters. Andover trying to catch him. Morgan over to Sauter. Sauter now across neutral ice. Has Fitzgerald in. Morgan has to go deep, forced wide. 2 on the puck for Andover. They're able to knock her off the puck momentarily before she regains control and touches it over to Morgan. Morgan now behind the net, centering pass, and that's deflected. Morgan trying to get it back to the point. Does. Sweetser steps in, and shot deflected high into the corner. Sauter able to grab that. Morgan trying to punch it to the slot. Not able to get there as she was sprawling. Nelson now. Morgan. Little toe drag, throws that behind the net. Sweetser with the hold.
That was juicy.
Nelson flips that back behind the net. Fitzgerald collects. Fitzgerald back to the point. Now we got to get there. There we go. There we go. Nice play by Sweetser. I think she's trying to hit Morgan. Got her. Puck was bouncing a little bit, so Morgan wasn't able to grab it cleanly. Sauter now wheeling. No D there. Goes back, keeps it low to Morgan. Morgan now. Back to Nelson. Back to the vicinity to Morgan. Morgan backhand centering pass over to Heinen, centering pass, and nobody's there. And that'll do it for first period of hockey. I like that play by Nelson to get it back deep. That shot hits a shin pad and goes back the other way. So all right, we're back, 15 on the clock. Crooked number for the home team Huskies. Straight one for Edina, 2-1 hockey game. Back to Sweetster. Andover, nice sequence there. Able to get in the zone. Heinen back there digging. Sweetser comes away with it, trying to get it up to Heinmiller, but that's a nice step up there by the Husky D to pinch deep into the zone, be able to keep it in. Huskies controlling to come out of the period, and shot wide. Andover now giving Edina a taste of their own medicine as Edina ended the first period with this type of pressure down this end. 3-1 game.
Scoring for Andover, number 8, Audrey Kelly, unassisted.
Williamson back, neutral ice, collects. She wheels. Trying to get it up the boards. Tough angle, spits back right towards her. Trying to wipe it over to Fitzgerald. Andover now trying to get it deep, and they'll be offsides. 12:51 remaining here. We'll face off outside of the Hornet zone. We got Fitzgerald, Morgan on the ice along with Schutz, Sauter, and Nelson. See if this line can get back to a 1-goal game here. Had a lot of zone control, a lot of quality play from this line early today. When they've got it into the zone, they've really controlled the tempo and have controlled the pace. Andover, however, gets it into Edina zone. Fitzgerald now races across the dot. Looking for Morgan. Morgan now cuts back to the center. Now forced wide, puts on the brakes. Into the corner. Morgan now chasing. Andover throwing it back the other way. Shoot on a pinch. Fitzgerald in support. Throws it back, and that rolls on top of the boards. Morgan now trying to collect. Fitzgerald now. Fitzgerald looked to go back to shoot, but nothing was there, so she gets it down to Morgan deep. Sticked off the puck. Shoot now. Winds, and that goes wide. Coming around the near boards. Nelson dumps that over back to Morgan. Morgan collects. Centering pass, shot, rebound. 2 saves from the goaltender there. Quality saves. First a pad save, then gets a glove on it. And like I mentioned, this line has had a lot of zone time, and once they're down there, they've been creating a little bit of a chaotic environment for the Huskies. And I don't think it's a matter of them matching with a specific line. I just think they're gelling well right now and seem to be dialed in mentally. Heinmiller now into the zone. Heinmiller punches to the corner. Heinmiller's still fighting. Puck spits to the Huskies. Huskies now exit. Over to Olsen. Olsen now into the zone. Centering pass, and that's swing and a miss, and great A opportunity from the Huskies. Not able to connect. Edina gets away with one there. Hoffman gently throws that down the length of the ice. That'll have to be played as it won't reach. Heinmiller off, Forster on. Forster now trying to keep it in. Nice play by Forster, collects it on the backhand and shoves it back the other way. Huskies trying to exit. They connect on the boards. They're able to get it out. McGarvey coming off from a change. Disrupts that. McGarvey now entering. McGarvey deep, centering pass, and it's a good stick by the goaltender. Yeah, the goaltender, nobody there really, but the goaltender made a really, really good play, and that's the definition right there. If you want to look up mentally into the game from a goaltender perspective, you look at that play right there. It wasn't an easy stick either. I mean, she had to reach, but that goaltender had that inner sights, and she saw that play facilitating, a good 3 seconds before it happened, and she made the right play. Otherwise, KK has a highlight assist opportunity. That's practice, though. I mean, I know the goaltender. She plays a lot of summer hockey, a lot of training. And it's goaltender U out in Andover. So if you want to play varsity goalie out there for your girls program, dial it up. We got a delayed call here, so it took an opportunity. And I don't understand why it takes so long for them to get Wheaton off when that arm goes up. Like I don't understand the miss on that. Not that it might have mattered, but it's something that has to be dialed in pretty quick. It's a hockey play, as they say in the world of hockey, as Morgan collects in the corner. Back to shoot. No D to D there, goes back to Morgan. Morgan now has 2 options. Back to shoot it over to Fitzgerald. Chooses shoot. Back to Morgan. Morgan now walking it in. Back to Fitzgerald. Centering pass, and that goes through everybody. Nice play there. Sauter now over to shoot. Shoot now has an opportunity, some traffic. Shot, that hits some skates. Nice block, rebound, and the backhand just goes off either the chest protector or the shoulder. We got to move it though. Back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now. Back to Morgan. Goes back to shoot. There's some traffic. Shot. And it's a rebound and a couple whacks at it, and we'll get a whistle. Well, that's again, I mean, this power play is dialed in. It's a combination of, I don't think Andover's playing it too well, but I think it's a result of Edina just being really spaced out and getting the puck, not bobbling it. And the 2 shots that Schutt's had on this power play have been phenomenal shots. I mean, the rebounds are directly a result of the traffic in front of the goaltender. If this goaltender is capable, she doesn't give a lot of rebounds out, but if you can't see them, it's tough to control them. So you got Fitzgerald and Carter and everybody battling in front of those eyes, and give credit to Schutt for identifying when the opportunity is to shoot or when it's time to go back down low. Face off one, Schutt over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, a backhand blocker save, waffle save from the goaltender, and Edina's finally going to have to chase back in their own zone as Andover clears with 30 seconds left on the power play. Schutt now with some ice, has 2 to beat back.
Oh, God. No.
12 seconds left on the power play. Carter trying to get it up to Fitzgerald. One-on-one hockey. Fitzgerald forced wide, beats her. Trying to get it to the front, and that hits the side of the net. Power play's over, full strength. Morgan now controls. Has Fitzgerald deep if she sees her. Gets to the slot. Another rebound. Fitzgerald trying to get it above. And it's saved again from the goaltender. Yep, I mean, it's goals are tough to come by against goaltenders like this. So as the game has went on, we've had a lot of opportunities. We've had a few power plays, so you have to admit that the opportunities and the calls have went, our way, not because the officials have a bias, but we've drawn a few penalties to put ourselves in position to get some, really good zone time. This will have to be played. Sweetster now. Heinen trying to intercept. Nelson near Hoffman. Sweetster now trying to get it out. She does. That might reach a goaltender, so icing will be obviously waved off there. Goaltender throws it right to Heinen. She throws on rebound, and that just goes through the paint, and I mean just goes through the paint as Heinmiller was trying to knock it home. A puck was bouncing a little bit, and she just couldn't get there. Nelson back to Sweetster. Sweetster now trying to get it deep. Shot wide. Sweetser now at neutral ice. Just under 7 remaining here. Edina trying to get some even strength pressure going. D-to-D pass from the Huskies. Huskies trying to connect, but they were getting a change. Sweetser now trying to walk it up. Finds Heinen. Heinen dumps it on net. Just wide. That ricochets directly behind the net. Nelson shoves it back the other way. That'll be grabbed by the Huskies behind their netminder. Trying to hit that pass. I didn't see that connecting, so Helfrich is there to try to whack it back the other way. Forrester trying to get it over to Carter. Two on one. Nelson with the deflection, played that 2-on-1 brilliantly. And it's a shot from the slot, right under Wheat, and she's got to save that one. Some of those you got to have big saves. They're not easy, but you got to come up big in these types of games. Some of the saves, you just can be like, oh, wow, it's like, man, that was close, but you got to, like she didn't stop that breakaway at the end of the game. I mean, it was already decided against Barrio, but, yeah. Yeah, I like the way Nelson played that 2-on-1. That was,
Gosh, that was great.
And I was against two of Andover's better players. Hey, good job. Hey, Taylor played that 2-on-1 really good. Iceland Larson, we know that name. She gets credit for the Andover goal. One of Taylor's buddies for the summer. Not close buddies, but like to chat it up when they're at practice. I'm sure she'll send Taylor a snap later or something, bragging about it. Morgan now, trying to get it out. Nice hands there. Little dangle, turn her inside out. Little toe drag, and man, would that have been one for the YouTube.
Yes.
Fitzgerald, not enough on it, save, rebound covered up. I tell you what, Morgan hit those moves to get to that point. That was cool. That was cool. We had a guy that I played basketball with in high school. He was just fun to watch. That's what we said. Like, we played against him. He's like, he's just fun to watch. Just fun to watch. Fun to play with. Fun to play against. I put G in that category. All right, so we got a 4-1 hockey game. It is right now. If you were to ask, NBC Theater Sports, they'd say the percentages of winning are low. But there's a lot of game to be played. Edina's had a number of opportunities. And so if we get one or two of those opportunities to go our way, then, obviously we're talking about a different game as Sauter has Morgan, connects there. Morgan now trying to pick a spot, shot, save, and that's going to be covered up. And just as I was talking about opportunities, Edina gets another one. Yeah, great play by Sauter to see Morgan there. And then, goaltender's up to the challenge on that. Nice play by Heinmiller. Nelson with the rifle, and that just goes 5 feet wide. I mean, it's not close, but she caught that clean off the one-timer. All right, another chance for a hold here. Nelson in the vicinity of Heinen. Heinen trying to tip that. That goes wide. Again, Edina with all the pressure, right? I mean, there's been some rushes here and there, but, Edina's had, geez Louise. God, that was close. And Wheaton makes that save. Positioned well, squared up to the shot. And those are the types of saves we're going to need the rest of the way, no doubt about that. Not only does she save it, but she obviously doesn't leave a rebound. So, I mean, it's, again, from up here, it looks super easy, right? Just don't leave rebounds. But, I mean, hey, listen, when you're squared up like that, there's not a goaltender at this level that's going to, snipe it within a 3-inch window. And so then the next thing is like, well, can I just not leave a juicy rebound? And so you check the first box, and then you check the second box. Now, what Edina has to do is then, hey, we've got your back. We got to win a face-off and get it out of the zone. Team game. Forster now trying to get it to the point, or past the point rather. Andover does a nice job of holding. Little no-look backhand pass to the point. Not enough on it. Olsen now grabbing back behind Wheaton, centering pass, and that's a goal. And it's getting ugly, and I don't mind calling them like I see them, but it's going to get out of hand in a hurry, and we'll have to watch the energy level from the players in green to see how much passion they have.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but Just come up.
All right, here we go. Well, hey, listen, I mean, when we're in games like this, you know, I've been in a number of them. You know, not in hockey because I was an awful hockey player, but I loved it. I studied it. I tried to learn as much as I could about it. But when I was playing basketball, we would be down by, 30. And I was coaching, some top-end athletes that were on their way to Division I scholarships, Division II, a lot of Division III MIAC players. And it was always the same message. Like, hey, let's try to win the next 2 minutes. Like, we're down. It's probably not going to go our way today, but, the next 3-4 minutes, can we outscore them? Can we outscore them 8-6? And so if you look at hockey terms, let's just get the next one. Let's try to get the next one and then go back. And, what I like to see is I'd like to see some players come off the bench and, go over and give a fist bump, to Lydia and say, hey, we got your back on this. We're going to play harder for you. Because that's leadership. Leadership isn't feeling sorry for yourself and saying, oh my gosh, the D let one in or the forward missed a breakaway. It's, listen, how can you make kids feel better? Because when you feel good, you play good. So let's get the next one. And again, I mean, we've had all the opportunities, we've had all the zone time, and that's a nice save as she was screened by her own D. I mean, she kicked that leg out with some cat-like reflexes, didn't she?
Wasn't that a flamingo?
Yeah, shoot. And that goes wide. Yeah, flamingo, butterfly, whatever that was. I mean, it was kept Edina off the scoreboard for the second time. Yeah, one of these games where it's just like, man, I mean, we're bringing so much good pressure. And, I mean, we're playing our, I'll say, as Heinen delivers and easy glove save there, I mean, we're playing our best game of the tournament. And we're just getting smoked. But, I mean, from a play standpoint, we're playing our best hockey out of, was it been 4 games? This is our 4th? That's my opinion. Sweetster. Reese, get in front of those eyes. Get that space. See that D getting Reese out of there?
Yeah.
I mean, get that space. And at the same time, beats Nelson, goes 5-hole.
It shouldn't look like this. It really shouldn't.
It's going to be a 10-1 game. I mean, if you had to bet on it. I shouldn't say that. I mean, I got to believe we're going to get 2 or 3. It's just they're not getting a lot of shots, and their shots are finding the back of the net. We're getting quite a few shots. Our shots are not finding the back of the net. They have really not a lot of zone time, and if it wasn't 6-1, we'd probably get called for that one.
Are we on running time yet?
Oh, we've got to be on running time, yeah. 18 seconds left in the period. Our zone time is there. We've had Morgan, on a breakaway. Shoots got loose a few times, so we've had, like I said, playing our best hockey, I feel. Another pass connected, and that's going to do it. We are back. Maple Grove beats Prior Lake 5-2, which means if we don't get some miracle on ice action going here on the east sheet of ice, we will be playing Prior Lake for like the 9th time in 4 games, or 4 days.
That's so true.
Yeah, this is like, you might as well have a traveling trophy. Carter now trying to get into the zone. Andover doing a decent job of trying to bump her off the puck. Huskies trying to get it out. No one to really get it to, so they flop it towards the center. Nelson now steps up, trying to dump it back in the vicinity of Forster. Forster doing a nice job of flipping that in. It's really good hockey play there. Andover trying to catch him in a bit of a change, but that change is completed. So Fitzgerald will now try to eat up some ice over to Morgan. Morgan to the slot. No one home. Back to Williamson. Back to Sweetster. Sweetster, quick shot, and that goes in. That's a goal. And we need one of those. So we got the next one, as we were talking about. Sweetster with a quick shot off the blade. I mean, she got rid of that quick off the hold.
Way to go, Claire!
The thing about these games against Andover, it's just like, you know, they're a competitive association like, you know, us and Minnetonka. I mean, they're not competitive like St. Cloud, but different level. It's just like, man, you just hate to just get taken behind the woodshed. They're not in the 218. No, they're not one of those. They're not, you know, Pine City. No. But it's just, you know, that 6-0 first game, and now today, it's just, it's like, man. Now here's where it could get a bit interesting. I mean, if we were able to find the next one, you know, these 15-minute periods, so there's over 13 remaining. Yeah, I mean, it's, you almost got to look at it, you know, mathematically. I mean, we need, right, we need another one in the next 3 minutes, you know, going to the last 10 minutes of the game, and then from there we would need one in the next 3 minutes,
so
down to 7 minutes. There's a chance, but we have to get that next one, yes. Get the next one in 3 minutes, and that's kind of what you have to coach to. You get the next one with 6 to go, then that's you know, not going to do any good. You know, there's got to be some urgency. There's got to be some, you know, movement with personnel. If you're coaching to win the game, if you're coaching to, you know, give everybody fair playing time, then, you know, do that. But if you're coaching to win, then, you know, get Fitzgerald on the ice. You know, get McGarvey on the ice as much as you can, and try to get that next one before 10 minutes. Rest them a little bit when you get down 6-3. You know, let them juice their batteries, and, you know, try to do it again in the next 3 minutes. You know, so the goal would be to be down 2 with, you know, maybe 6 minutes left, and then it's a game. Nice hold there. It's a next level hold at the line right there. Just closing those skates. Shoot now into the zone. Thanks for the forehand. And she just gets your stick lifted at the last second, so that falls to the corner. We got Carter. We got Carter. Not bad pass. Morgan with a theft. Shot, save, rebound, goal. And there you go. So we get a goal before the 10-minute mark and 11:22 remaining.